everybody, and welcome back to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will. I'm a D&D sex icon, and I'm back today for another episode of Monthly Modules with full cast and crew, except from Sam, who's not with us today, but it's okay, because we've got the rest of us here, and we are back and ready to party, my friends. So let's get ready to cast and crew. Let's figure out who we are and who we're going to be playing today, and let's start with Obo Crazy, our Dungeon Master. How you doing, Lauren?
I'm doing great. I'm going to be your dungeon master, which meant last week and probably this week, a lot of New York dwarves. A lot of really New York dwarves.
Definitely stealing that.
It's yours. Enjoy. I like to do
Great
dwarves
stuff.
that are not your standard standard Scottish accents. I feel like it's a lot more fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Great stuff. Great stuff. We also have another Lauren with us today from across the seas. Lauren, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Really excited to be back here. Today, I'm going to remember to say who and what I'm playing. I'm playing Sugar Adelard, the youngest of the Azamar siblings. She's a paladin with a little bit of warlock in her, which we got to see last week, which was really super fun. I thought that was an awesome way to do backstory reveals. Obo, that was really rad. And I'm excited to be here. Yay!
Woo! And we also have Chris, aka Stenriff, back with us tonight. Chris, how you doing, my friend?
I'm surviving just with the pollen in the air. But I'm great actually. Still happy to be here, and I'll be playing Ziomedes, the Asimar barbarian. He's a zealot of Bahamut, and he's the third, I think, the oldest of the siblings. And yeah, we'll see what we get from the dwarves today. He's eager to get a special gift from our dwarvish friends we just saved. Well, not saved, but helped out.
It was weird.
It was a whole thing. We have
I'm a god!
Yes,
I know.
yes, you are.
Sugar's a god, guys. You didn't know that.
But we have Tony D back with us tonight. How you doing, Tony D?
Hi guys, I'm doing fantastic. I don't know if I'm actually in cloud nine a little bit. I am also suffering from allergies as well, but I went and saw the musical Hamilton this last weekend at the Kennedy Center in Washington D.C. Oh my goodness, it was incredible. I can't even explain it to you. I've been singing all the songs all weekend, so I'm really, really excited and happy to come back into D&D and got a little spring in my step for all the musical stuff. So maybe we'll have a little bit more music today. I don't know, but yeah, the bard in me is like, oh. And by the way, I am playing Trinkle Teabottle, the halfling bard, who's a little lewd, a little crazy, and has the biggest crush on Ziomedes. So.
Well, we have two pollen survivors with us, likely due to the myconid infestation last week.
It's all fault.
The weave, yeah.
I thought if you were going to suffer in real life, you should suffer in the game as well. Why not?
Exactly.
You know, I tried to go meld with the trees this last weekend. Hopefully, get something, but I'm paying for it.
Just eating pollen, yeah.
Yeah,
That might be part of the problem.
I just want to meld with you.
Please love me.
Please love me. Talk to me.
Well, I myself will be playing Rylan Adelard, the middle Adelard sibling, and he has experienced the meld, and with somewhat unexpected effects, somewhat still believes that he might be in love with a dwarven woman of 750 years or so, but that's fine. Don't question that. That should be fine. Otherwise, he likes blowing things up and stealing dwarves' swords. So we'll get to that more in a minute. But before we do, I remind you guys, of course, I was sponsored by Fancy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice. We'll be using Fancy Grounds today. All the maps, tokens, and rolls are from fancygrounds.com. Definitely go and check them out. And, of course, wellinggames.co.uk support the channel with minis and bags and swag and shirts at up to 20% off the retail value. So definitely go check them out. And there's a pretty ideal there in chat. How you doing, Brie? Also, of course, can affect the game by following. If you haven't yet, hit the follow button. 20 followers, you guys get to decide what happens next. Also, here is the tweet for you guys. At 20 retweets, we'll have another viewer decision. And, of course, you can donate to affect the game as well. players now 1s, now 20s, wild magic surges, and worse. So check that out. But I will hand over to our Dungeon Master, Obo Crazy, to remind us what happened last week and to take us into today's episode.
Oh, what happened last week? How do you encapsulate last week into a short recap? Well, our heroes were tasked with helping out a bunch of dwarves who had wanted to explore and plunder a cave that had a really nice amount of gold in it, but every time anyone went into this cave, they fell asleep. After quite a bit of struggling to figure out what was going on, they discovered that a colony of myconids lived below this cave, and this was part of their meld. There was many introspective moments as the meld offered our heroes chances to offer up some of their own memories as well as experience the memories of others, and some of our heroes told a little bit more about themselves and their history and their backstory, especially Sugar. And it was decided that it was going to be a bad idea to plunder this cave and disrupt this colony. And after being worshipped as though she were a god and inviting the entire ocean inside of the house, the dwarves were convinced to not actually kill all of the myconids, leave the Cave of Dreams alone, and just live in peace and harmony. And that's where we pick up, as our group is still in the city of Berzamund, and Borzin, the leader of this clan, has asked the group to rest for the evening. He's gotten them lodging inside of the city, inside of the mountain, and to decide on what they would like for their reward, essentially. Also, they're still waiting on Nyla to wake up, as her ancestry, being connected to the trees as much as she has been, has meant that she has maybe been enjoying being in this meld a little longer than most people, and she is still asleep. And that's what I'm going with. So you guys have been given rooms at the Drunken Dog Tavern, which is a really nice establishment in town. It's got a huge open bar and tables and chairs full of dwarves. You've got a bunch of rooms upstairs, and you're free to spend the evening. Borzin had said that he would meet with you in the morning to decide on what you were going to request from them for payment for this deed that you've done. And the evening is yours as Nyla sleeps securely up in her room. What would the rest of you like to do?
I think Rylan is going to ask to speak with Sugar after a recent the recent warlock announcement from Sugar. And he's super interested in this. So he's like, why don't we go and talk about coffee?
I love coffee. At Stonebucks? Yes, we can do that. This is not an intervention, is it? I'm very wary of interventions. I heard all about them from
Goodness.
books.
No, nothing,
Okay.
nothing of the sort. I couldn't if I tried.
Why would we need to schedule an intervention? Wait. Oh my goodness, I said Starbucks.
Stonebucks.
Starbucks is awesome.
Copyright.
Yeah.
Stonebucks,
Sorry.
exactly.
You might have to pay for it well later. I'm sorry.
We'll let it land post this one.
It's all right.
I
I live
have
in
a good-
Seattle. They're cool. They're super cool.
They're cool.
They'll
Okay,
be
good.
fine.
Whew. I mean, I was just. Whew.
Yeah, but I like Stonebucks. I go get donuts there too. So let's go.
We're not going there. We're going somewhere else. You guys catch up.
I don't think we're invited, Ziomedes.
I don't think we
I'm
are.
picking up on that too. It seems really weird, but I'll talk to you guys later.
Are you
So
gonna be
strange.
okay? Do you want me to come and protect you?
It's like I don't want
From
you
my
there, so
brother?
weird.
I don't know. Your brother's cray cray. I don't know.
He's fine. No, we're going to
I
go
know you're
catch up. We
strong
have
anyway.
bonded a lot. I'm very strong.
Yeah, I was about to say you probably could take him down. He can't even lift his own girlfriend.
We should go. We should go. Let's go. Come on, Rylan, don't pay attention.
Bye, Rylan. Don't die.
I feel like I should come along to mediate this
They're
conversation.
fine, Ziomedes. Just sit down. We can enjoy a drink. Them do their thing.
All right,
Very
as
well.
Trinkle and Ziomedes find themselves a place in this tavern to enjoy some food and drink, Sugar, you and Rylan saunter outside. The city of Berzamund is inside of this mountain. It is a very classic dwarven city that they've been expanding on. It's really nice. It's relatively small, and so you know that there may be only like 7 Stonebucks within about a block radius. But you can head off to any one of those, or just wander as you would.
Yeah, I think
I
we'll
hook Rylan's arm.
Oh.
I hook it as we walk because I'm in a very good mood today.
Well,
And
Sugar,
I
I
wave
wanted
at
to-
all of my followers. Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
you have many of them. There's something I've been meaning to talk to you about ever since a few minutes ago when you revealed that you are partially a warlock.
I mean, that's not how I identify myself, but if it's
Right.
easier for you, we can start there.
Okay, well, you are somewhat warlockish, perhaps. There is
Okay.
a demonic being, most likely, which has a connection to you, even if you don't feel connected to it.
I mean, I feel connected to it
Right?
because it's there.
Mhm.
I don't know what it is, but it mostly just helps me kill things a little faster, a little better, but only bad things. I try very hard to restrain myself, but I'm very bad at it. You know, it's like when you want to start talking and then you keep going and going and you're not really sure what you're saying, but the rambling is happening and it's like you're not running out of breath, but you just keep talking and talking.
Intimately aware of the problem, yes. Does the creature or being, does it speak with you? To you?
It hasn't for a while, but I think because I keep trying to repress it, it's been pretty good about just coming out when I say so.
Right.
Good, and I pat the hilt. Good boy. Good boy.
The sword is the demon?
No, see, that's a common misconception, apparently. The sword is not the demon. I don't think
Okay.
it's a demon. I don't know what it is. I haven't
Right,
had time
well,
to research it, and you haven't been around.
Right. Well, here's the thing. Maybe I could do some research and experiments in order to figure out exactly what it is and what it might want from you. Because often these things have a price.
Oh, really?
Much like a Stonebucks has a price.
It's so overpriced. But I like
You're passing
it,
by
so
one
I'll
right
just-
now.
Oh, God. They're everywhere. Can we go in? Can we get donuts?
Yes, fine.
Oh God,
get
they're
the donut.
everywhere. Can we go?
Yes. Yes, Rylan, you get me a donut.
Okay, I'll go in and
And
buy her a
yeah,
donut.
we can. Oh, thank you. What kind? I really want to know. Tell me.
It
While you
is
think about- Hold that thought as you enter the Stonebucks, the two of you, to decide on what kind of pastries you would like to procure and maybe coffee. Trinkle and Ziomedes, you guys are back at the Drunken Dog Tavern. Is there anything in general you wanted to talk about? Or were you just enjoying having a little bit of time together?
Yeah, no, Zaimi is definitely not liking this interaction. Not this one, but the one that's going on. So he's like, I don't like this, Trinkle. They're up to something.
Well, we don't have to. We don't have to eat pork. We can get some beef or lamb. I mean, I thought this was pretty good pork. I mean, it tastes good. Has a little kick on it.
The pork's fine. The pork's fine. I'm talking about the beef which my brother has with interesting dark powers and entities. I think he's trying to get close to whatever power has been gifted to my sister. Didn't you see in the meld we had that dream where she claimed some sort of power from a sword or something?
Yeah,
Maybe the
no, it
power
was
is-
definitely from a sword. It's from her sword, her red sword.
Right. Which looks evil enough as it is, but there's probably always something else hiding behind that. Masks behind masks. And I think he's trying to get to the bottom of it.
Well, the thing about your brother is he's always likes knowledge, and he'll do anything he can to get to it, whether it be good or bad, but I don't know.
Looking in all the wrong places, though.
Yeah, well, that's your brother. I mean, no offense, he picked Nyla. Just kidding. No, but yeah, I don't know.
Somewhere off in the distance, you hear, "Damn!"
Oh, man.
No, but I think, I don't know. Maybe that's what we're here, is just to make sure that they stay legit. I don't know. The hard thing with Diabetes that I'm learning is that you can't control their people, but you can try to take care of them as best as you can within what you can. Sometimes you just gotta love them, even if they do things that sometimes drive you insane. Like the fact that you want to die by a dragon.
Whoa, I never said I want to die to a dragon. I want to be tested by him. And that's totally different.
How is that different, Diabetes?
It's a dream I've always had, and, well, wouldn't you want to be tested by a powerful deity to know if you're truly worthy of your power that you've obtained?
Well, I can see where you're going from, but the problem that I have with this is that sometimes it's best to, like, you can be tested, but like, not have to, I don't know. I just don't want to see you dying.
I don't expect Bahamut to kill one of his followers.
But you said it was an honorable and glorious death, remember? I don't know why, that just keeps bugging me.
I don't remember saying death. Maybe I did.
Whatever.
Maybe I got carried away in the moment. But I'm not afraid of death.
I know you're not, which I admire you for, but I don't know. I just don't like seeing people hurt or injured. But yeah, I have respect to getting tested by your god. I mean, that's pretty cool, especially because your sister's a god. So I mean, come on. Like, maybe you could ask her to test you.
At first, I thought she was just sort of stringing them along, and then she did actually summon water from the bottom of the ocean.
No, that was crazy.
You need to follow up on that, see if she actually is a god or not. But
have you done that before?
Not to my knowledge, no. Not every day you see tidal waves coming through open doors. That's out of this world.
True, but I also don't see a lot of people go with crazy wings and fly everywhere.
You got some weird feedback going through, by the way, Toddy.
Yeah, Trinkle, don't eat with your mouth.
Oh, sorry.
Try a refresh or something.
While she's doing that, we'll pause that conversation. We'll head back over. Sugar and Rylan are exiting the Stonebucks. What have you procured?
I have just every kind of donut possible.
Oh my god.
You have a box of 3 dozen Stonebucks donuts.
I'm halfway through it already.
Yep.
So
they are.
I'm courting this idea of investigating the being that is her patron. So maybe I could take a look at that sword and just run over some basic tests and perhaps identify if it's fiendish in nature, maybe it's fey in nature, or something else.
We could definitely look at it. Again, though, I'm pretty sure not the sword. The sword is like, I feel like it's like a conduit. It's a fancy word that I learned. Yeah.
Okay.
More than like the sword is the thing.
Okay. So I should examine you.
Yes.
Okay.
I turn
happens
around.
I guess what I'll do is I'll like get my wand out, my detect magic wand, and sort of like pop it on her, and just see if any like demonic or fey magic shows up, so I might be able to identify like, oh, this is what your pact might be.
Okay. So right there in the middle of the street in front of a Stonebucks.
Yeah.
Sugar.
With donuts in my mouth.
While you're just chomping down on a donut. So your sword would obviously be magical. Does it exude any specific magic?
Well, there's the energy that comes off it is necrotic in nature. There's something fey about it, but it's not like the Feywild. It feels different. Like shadows everywhere.
Interesting. This seems like a certainly fey in nature, but not the friendly fairies and types. More the scary nightmare types.
Ooh, I mean, it sounds bad.
Yes. Perhaps I'll do some more research on this matter and see if there's anything that comes up in books that might be.
Yeah, we could go somewhere with a big library. We could have a picnic in the library. Oh, I guess we probably shouldn't have food in the library, but maybe they'll let us.
Perhaps. Certainly a library sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
As you guys think about libraries and are heading back towards the tavern, Trinkle and Diomedes, you guys are finishing up some food, and the proprietor of this inn approaches you with some to refresh your water and says, you are the group that Orzen hired to take care of that their weird cave of dreams, right?
That's us.
Yeah, we're missing 2 of our compatriots, but yeah, we're that group.
Okay. They're gonna be back
We have
soon.
3, sorry.
One's asleep right now.
They're gonna be back soon, cause you know
Yeah, as far as I know, they just want to go get donuts.
Oh yeah, Stonebucks. There's like 7 of them down the street. No,
I know, the problem is maybe they went to each one and got like 1 or 2 donuts from each. They're taking a long time.
Yeah,
But
the
they should be
lines
here
at
in
the
a second.
Stonebucks.
That's what it is.
Well, listen,
It's like-
I was wondering, like, are you gonna be in town for a little bit? You interested in maybe a little extra work?
We'll discuss with the others. What kind of work do you have in mind?
Well, see, I got this friend, and I think he might be in trouble, and I wanna make
Like,
sure
what
that.
kind of trouble?
Well, these the rest of your friends now? And as he says that, Rylan and Sugar, you come walking on in, looking pensive and carrying 2 large boxes now half filled with donuts.
We got you both donuts.
We got donuts.
Yay! Dessert.
Oh, that's a lot of donuts.
Is this a
You want
problem?
some?
Is there some kind of legal carrying maximum of donuts in this area?
I don't think it applies.
Rylan really doesn't like dwarves.
The dwarf says, I don't usually let people bring in other food into my establishment, but your friends here have already had something to eat, and I'm asking a favor, so I'll kind of let it slide. But you know, it's okay.
Most-
Just so you know,
Most
in the
gracious,
future.
I shudder to think what might happen.
Desserts on the menu.
No, we don't really specialize in desserts very much. That's why you gotta go down to
Clearly.
the Stonebucks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Or
everyone
you
has
could put a
donuts.
Stonebucks inside your establishment, and then you could like get some commission off of their
Synergy.
work. Yeah, synergy.
I was thinking about getting one of those Borzin and Robins over in the corner, and then getting some nice ice cream and something like to, But listen, that's. I'm not here to talk business.
This isn't.
I'm here to talk about the business. No, I don't want you slinging. I mean, unless you want to. You guys run an ice cream shop, but.
Ooh, that'd be so much fun!
Make donuts.
We can make
Next
like
episode.
Bahamut ice cream, and then we can make iron ice cream, and then yeah, okay.
That's oh. Well, yeah, isn't all ice cream made of sugar?
No,
I don't know.
Special.
Is it?
Why on earth are we still speaking to this man?
Well, I kind of
He was
own this. Yeah. So, I own this place. This is mine. I was just.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, I worked for it. So I got this friend. He's got the bar across the street. It's like a friendly rivalry friend, And
I'm happy for you again.
well, you shouldn't because I haven't seen him in 3 days, and his place has been closed, and I'm a little worried he might be in trouble because that's what Harbeck does. Gets in trouble. And so I was kind of wondering if you were done with your thing with the cave and all those people sleeping and stuff, if you might be willing to take on a more private job.
Keep going.
Well, so my friend owns the Deep Trespasser Pub across the street, and he was talking about how he was working on this beer that he was working on that was like the most alcoholic beer ever, which I mean, yeah, I know, sounds cool and everything. So he's been working on this thing, but then all of a sudden 3 days ago he didn't open the bar. Everything's been closed and locked, and he's just been gone, and I don't know where he is, and I haven't seen him, and I'm worried he was doing some alchemical stuff in that back room of his, and that something went wrong. And I'd really like to know what happened to him, but I haven't been able to get into the place, and I was kind of figuring you seemed like the resourceful type.
Oh
See.
yeah, we're definitely resourceful, but everything comes with a price. So what are you hoping to get? How can you tempt us?
Well,
Since
that's
we're
why I was.
so in demand.
Well, yeah, I know, right? I want to wait till I heard that you were done with the thing, with the cave. But
That's considerate
what
of
you-
you.
what's your going rate? What's your per hour? Do you charge by the day? Are you what do you
I
don't usually hire mercenary kind
Is
types.
this man still here?
Yes, I think
Yeah.
yes.
I'm still right here.
Alchemical.
Sugar. Sugar's still kind of giggling over Deep Trespasser as the name of a bar. So she's just still giggling about that and snorting.
Well, so
Diabetes, what were you asking?
Oh yeah, Diabetes.
I was gonna say, I think alchemy is far more interesting than evil powers. Why aren't you more interested in this, brother? You can get to the bottom of.
Now, my friend, there's alchemical experiments, and then there's alchemical experiments. The dwarven kinds are probably. I wonder how much beard I can grow. I wonder how much gold I can mine from these poor myconids. I wonder how much beer I can create. I mean, he can't even make donuts. How advanced is this really going to be?
Alive and become a monster. It's just so more interesting than evil swords.
Rylan, I thought you liked alcohol. I mean, come on. Okay, never mind.
I've been known to partake, but I'm hardly the alcoholic my brother is. I suppose we can look it out if there's something interesting in the bargain for us.
Well, I'll tell you, mister. We deal a lot in gold and magic items, so I'll be honest with you. We're not very cheap, but so, tell us what you're kind of willing to offer and see if we can make a bargain. Alright.
Well, so here's what I got. Like, if you can find out what happened to my friend Harbeck. His name is Harbeck Underhorn, and if you can see, yeah, if you can find out what happened to him, if he's okay, if he's just sleeping off some 3-day bender, which would be weird, but at least then I'd know. I got 200 gold in it for you, but he kind of looks around the bar a little bit, and then he leans in a little closer. He's like, you could find out what he's also doing, like what he found. I might throw in a little extra, just some information on what he's been up to.
200 gold, that's a lot just to go knock on someone's door and find out what happened to him.
Didn't you say you didn't like him? There was some kind of rivalry going on. Isn't it in your favor if he's dead somewhere in a ditch?
It's a friendly type of... no, I don't want the guy dead. I would like to know what he... Yeah, like,
Friendly rivalry.
It's like Rylan and Diomedes have a friendly rivalry.
That's true.
Like, he's fun to hang out with, and
I'm sure that we do.
we fight and drink and sometimes fight some more. But like, I don't want the guy dead.
You are sexual partners. I understand.
What is
No, they're
No,
friends, Rylan.
He's just my friend. He's not. We're not.
Oh.
No.
That is
No.
confusing.
It's not confusing. He's just a guy that I know that maybe I want
to be more
find
than
out.
friends with him?
They want to be more than friends. You have a secret, unrequited love.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Oh my
Okay.
Oh shit! Everyone's on top of that. Everyone's like, "Let me grab my D20." All the insight.
I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, so I'm not rolling.
I have never seen a group of players get so excited about an insight check.
I know.
Right.
Experiment's gone wrong.
7
So,
from-
okay, but wait, are you in love?
Again, this is relationship and romance, not Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah,
We got 7. We got 11. Rylan, what'd you get?
Fuck, another ship. That's an 11 from me.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yay!
Diomedes, did you roll? What did you get?
Oh, my.
Or you,
No, I have to.
if you'd like to. You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I'm checking out it. Just confusing.
I know Trinkle's been like, nope, I'm not.
No, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just going against Rylan mostly right now, so I refuse to look for the truth.
Okay.
All right, 16.
All right. Sugar and Ryland, the guy looks abashed and maybe a little embarrassed, but you're not exactly sure if you're reading into the romance part of it correctly. Trinkle, you are intentionally not looking at the guy. You're like, you're looking at Ryland. You're like staring him down. Diomedes, a little bit of distance and a little bit of consideration. Yeah, he's abashed and a little bit embarrassed and hiding the fact that maybe he's trying to steal from this guy. Like, no, this is a little more than a friendly rivalry. Maybe he's my friend, and maybe this is a business interest, and maybe that whole we fight and we drink and we fight and we drink, this might be a little more fighting, a little less drinking.
Got it. All right.
Meanwhile,
Yes.
he's looking at Rylan. He's like, "No, listen, it's not like that. All right, like it's purely just I'm just curious and worried about what he's been up to. A guy disappears and closes his business for 3 days. It's suspicious, right?"
Right.
Yeah.
Suspicious.
don't
Who could
people
have?
take holidays? I don't know what normal people do.
You
Yeah,
say
well-
that something could have gone wrong. Something could have happened to him. We'll get to the bottom of it.
No, that'd be great. That'd be good. Find out what, why. Like, yeah, maybe he went on holiday, but it's not like the guy to not tell anybody. Who just up and leaves without telling anybody, or leaving the business to
No one.
I
one
think
does
I
that.
run a good establishment, but he was running also a good establishment. It'd be weird to suddenly not have the competition, and he's
Good to
just
hear.
closed.
Yes. It's good to
Yeah.
hear you have such a concern for your competition. Yes, we'll figure it out. You're the first person to have asked about it as well. So yes, we'll definitely get to the bottom of it.
I don't know if I'm the
can I ask
first,
you a
but
question? Does his interest in finding out what happened to this gentleman seem genuine? Like, for example, are we being set up almost? That's what I'm worried about slightly.
Your insight check from before, he seems genuine. Like, he's not... You don't catch that this is some sort of weird setup. Like, he really wants you to figure out what happened to this guy, and he will pay 200 gold, and he will offer a little extra if you can figure out what this Harbeck was actually doing.
Hey, what, I was just concerned. Why didn't you come with us?
No, I gotta run this bike. Yeah, look around. Like, because he closed down his bar, I got a ton of stuff here I gotta take care of. That, and I don't know what I'd be looking for. And last time we got together, maybe we did a little more fighting, a little less drinking. If you get my drift, so he might not be so. He might be ignoring me. Maybe I'm knocking and he's not answering because it's me. So I just want to make sure, right? Like,
honestly,
go, you look around.
Less for your relationship with this other dwarf, but we'll look into it, I guess.
Yeah, well, we're gonna take care of it for you. I'm sorry, Ryland's had a little too much to drink, and obviously
I honestly
on the wrong side of the bed, and obviously hasn't gotten enough action from his girlfriend. So we're gonna head out.
No, like, I totally get it. You don't. I don't need you to care. That's fine. I'm not paying you to care. I'm paying you to find out what happened to Harbeck and maybe see what he was up to. That's all.
We'll do it.
Right.
Oh, good. He holds out a hand. He's like, my name is Faustus Alred.
I'll be the one to initiate the obviously agreement. So
yeah.
We'll take.
He shakes her hand.
We'll try to get back to you as soon as possible.
Good. All right. Well, I'll be here, taking care of everybody. You got rooms upstairs. The Borzen paid for everything, so you all set. So you just let me know when you find out something, okay? And he wanders back off behind the bar.
Ryland, what the frick are you doing? Are you okay? Do you need some downers or something? Do you need a little extra juice? Why are you in such a bad mood today?
There are more interesting things going on right now than some dwarf's lost compatriot.
I understand that, but Nyla's asleep anyway. We can't leave without her.
No, not that. No,
unless you feel like dragging her.
She's doing absolutely nothing. She's terribly boring. No, Sugar is the most interesting thing that's happened all week.
Yeah, I understand that. She's a warlock. She has crazy superpowers. Just like the rest of us. And we'll find out more about her later, but it's good to help people right now. I don't know. I want to do something different.
You just validated yourself.
Yeah. I'm glad. I just...
So much validation.
Validation.
We haven't gotten our goods yet. So let's go do something until we get our goods. And then we can go off on our mystery travels to find out who Sugar really is.
I'm going to be investigating Sugar while we're on this adventure.
Do you want me to find a lady's house for you or something? Because honestly, this is just not working for me today. Okay.
What is a lady's house? Why would I need to?
I would love to take my brother to a lady's house. That sounds fun.
We might have to do that. We might have to baptize him. He obviously hasn't. I might just get mad and I storm out to the other side of the house.
I have been baptized under Bahamut. She seems like she's in an awfully bad mood today, Siamedes. Is there something wrong with her?
She's merely eager to get to the bottom of this exciting and tantalizing mystery that someone's gone missing and experiments. Ooh, right up your alley, Ryland. Let's go. Come on. Yeah.
Fine.
I'm feeling very attacked right now, and I don't know why.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Avert Ryland's attention to something other than Sugar. It's like,
I've got my wand out behind her.
trying to guide him. It's like Twinkle said, I can't control the brother.
Yeah. So you guys,
before we leave,
no.
can Sorry, I know I'm delayed. Can
That's fine.
I stop off at the cave real quick?
You
The
can
cave
certainly
with the,
try.
buckets?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go over there.
Is anyone going with her, or are you just trembling off by
fine,
yourself?
I'll go. Wait, where are you going, Sugar?
I'm just going, make an appearance as, the protector of the sacred sanctuary. I'll be right back. You don't have to come with me. I'll be right back.
I'll
Bye.
All right.
Oh, we're following.
Yeah, we got nothing better to do.
So she's like walking ahead, and we're like maybe like 50 feet behind.
Yes.
Okay.
We don't tell her we're coming after. We just start walking.
You head, Sugar, you head over to the cave. Unlike before, where there were those two dwarven guards that were standing there the whole time, basically making sure nobody went in, now there is a crowd of people. There's maybe about 20 or 30 people, some of them in the white robes that you recognize from earlier, but just a variety of people that are being held back by 4 or 5 guards who are now stationed there. It's a narrow cave, so you can't really get past all these dwarves, but they're dwarves, so you can see over them, and you can see that the guards are kind of holding everybody back and be like, listen, no, like, we're gonna seal it up, it's gonna be okay, and the myconids are gonna be fine, but no, we can't be having people falling asleep in there, because, you fall asleep, and then someone goes in to get you, and then they fall asleep, and people fall, no, just stay back, it will be fine, it'll be fine. You hear one of the women in these white robes standing there being like, but it is very important that we actually have a chance to go in there and pray one last time. Please, you must allow us back in. And there seems to be this standoff.
Well, we should help them. I would like to kind of push my way through the crowd, get up front. Excuse me, pardon me. Sorry.
Some people are a little upset that you're forcing your way through. Some people recognize you and see who you are, and they're like, oh, and they immediately bow. It's kind of a mixture of half and half. For every person that bows, there's another one that's like, what you doing? Hey, I was in line here first. You know what you're doing? No, don't get out of my way,
I'm
you lady.
walking here. I'm walking.
So I'll tell you, I was trying to avoid it.
Guys, we need pizza.
Never.
But I guess it hasn't happened. If I'm gonna go
Where
full
have
New
we-
York on.
Pops.
Story time.
So you head through this crowd of dwarves and get up to the front where this woman is pleading with the guards. And what would you like to do?
Well, first I'm going to again use I'm going to channel divinity and do emissary of peace to get extra
Okay.
+5 to my persuasion. And I say,
Sure.
first I'm looking for what's his fuck's magic sword in there.
You're a
Do I
little
see it?
too.
Do I see it?
You can just barely see the entranceway to the cave, so you can't quite see it. You think if they'd thrown it into the cave, it might be lying way back there, but no, you don't see it.
Okay. I go up to the guards and I'm like, oh, hi, you may not know me, but I am very important here. You can ask all these
two of the
people in
guards
these
are
white robes.
Two of the guards are Elam
No.
and Del. They definitely recognize you. The two of them are just, they cross their arms like, yeah, what?
Well, I was just coming by to say that if some people want to pray one last time, maybe you should let them, because praying is very important.
They can pray here where they're not gonna fall asleep, and then we gotta drag them back out.
Oh, why? Is it really hard on your little muscles?
No, it's then other people fall asleep, and then we have to send in more people to get the people that we sent in, and then it turns into a whole thing, and we're gonna be sealing this cave up in the morning and leaving your myconids alone, and that's gonna be that.
Well, maybe you could just let, like, this lady go pray real quick. We could tie a rope to her. We could drag her out when she's done. It would just be the polite thing to do.
And Amelia is the one that's standing there. You recognize her from
Yeah.
the the interaction that you had with Borzin, and she's like, that would be wonderful. Yes, I would just one last time to commune with the gods. It'd be wonderful. And the four, there's 4 guards now. The 2 of them are Elam and Delg. The other 2 they look like they might be considering it. The other 2 are like, screw this, no. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check. The rest of you are coming up upon this scene as you arrive.
So the total of this, it's something plus 12.
Okay.
Come on, don't fuck me. Okay. That's not bad.
Okay.
9 plus 12 is a number that I know. 9 plus 12
Is math.
is 21.
There
Black
it is.
It's 21.
Two of the 2 dwarves that you've never met before, the new ones here, are kind of nodding and they're considering it. Elam and Delg are perturbed, and an argument breaks out between the 4 of them. Do you speak Dwarvish?
No.
None of us
Okay.
speak Dwarvish.
An argument in Dwarvish speaks out
Certainly does.
between the 4 of them. You don't need to speak Dwarvish to clearly see that the other 2 are considering letting Amelia through, while Elam and Delg are pretty much of the mindset of screw this and everything that's going on here, no. And as they continue to argue, Amelia slips past them and runs down into the cave.
Oh, okay.
And do you actually shout after her because she's sneaking right now? You can tell she sees the distraction and just kind of slips along the side. As you yell and distract, she runs down into the cave.
Well, as
Want
we
the
tell
good-
Sugar, what's going on here?
What are you trying to do?
I was just trying to do something. I was trying to go in the cave and just say bye one last time, that's all.
Oh, well,
Right.
just say you need to go, I don't know, sanctify it before you leave.
Sanctify, testify. Anyways.
You know, one of those words, those religious words that we know, right?
Consecration.
Yeah.
Consecrated,
Yes, I will go.
that's a
I
good
will
word.
tell them. I will tell them that. Mm-hmm.
The 2 dwarves you don't recognize are like, well, yeah, I think. And Elam says, no, we have direct notice from Borzin. We're not supposed to let anyone through because then, if their people fall asleep and then we have to drag them out. We don't get everybody out in time and people get sealed in the cave. And then one of the dwarves behind you in this group points down and says, look, Amelia made it in! And all the dwarves turn and look down where you can see that the white-robed priestess has made it into the cave and is stumbling forward. And the whole group of dwarves are just like, and they all push forward. And the 4 guards, for a moment, look like they're going to try to stop everybody and then just get bowled over as this a dozen or so fanatics of you push into this cave.
Fanatics of you.
Fanatics of you. I don't know.
Greatest wild magic surge ever.
Continues.
I hope you've got
What would you like?
I would like to yell at the ones, so it's like a dozen of them.
Yeah, there's a good
who are in
dozen
there.
dwarves who are now just rushing down to follow Amelia into the cave.
Oh, boy.
Okay, can I use? I'll use. I guess I can use Prestidigitation and make a really loud sound. I want to try to scare them as if like it's going to collapse or something. So they'll come back this way. Get out.
Okay,
Out there.
so you're putting the noise in front of them.
Yeah.
Okay. How far away can you prestidigitate something? What's the range on that?
That's a good question. I don't think it's very far. I don't have it on me, but Prestidigitation.
Let's do
It's only 10 feet. It's only 10 feet.
Oh,
Oh,
So you
I tried
set
to
this
do it
noise off.
quickly. I tried to do it quickly.
Next to you.
You set this noise off. What noise is it that you're setting off?
Rumble.
As if like the
I was
sound
like, shit,
of
don't get that
like
on a soundboard.
the sound
I'm
of
tired.
splintering rock.
Okay.
Splintering rock.
You set off this noise 10 feet in front of you, which make the guards duck. So at least none of them get really trampled as this dozen or so dwarves rush into the cave.
Great. Good.
Well,
As they go
All
rushing
right.
on in, they duck, and then Elam's just like, "No, wait! What are you do?" And then they start to rush on in, and now
Oh
you've
my
got
God.
several
Sugar
armed
runs
dwarves.
so
I'm gonna
run.
do what little I can and grapple 2 dwarves, and just
I let
All
them
right,
grab me, but I am interested in examining Sugar's spell as she casts it.
So, like how she casts it, like the
Right. So, like, add a wild magic surge for you to give to whoever you like, Obo. I think you love it.
Well, you're the one that is examining the spell, Rylan. So I guess you're gonna get this wild magic surge right away. I'd love you to
this is
roll
what
an
I get.
Arcana check, and
Okay.
then give me the wild magic surge.
Alright, the Arcana is a 8. And I'll look at this
Okay.
wild magic here.
Meanwhile, I am holding my breath and trying to go in and start like pushing people back, like pointing for them to go. Be very cross-faced with them.
Also, so my wild magic is that my limbs change proportion to match those of an infant.
So last week you lost all your bones. This week,
Yeah.
So
Damn, I
something,
love it.
Rylan, something blocks you as you try to examine the spell. As Sugar releases this Prestidigitation, which you recognize the spell. Like, you wouldn't need to roll to recognize that. It's a pretty basic spell, but what you're trying to figure out is where she got access to this spell. And something is unhappy with you tampering with her spell, and you look down as you reach your hand out in the motion to examine her magic. You notice that instead of your arm reaching all the way out, it's like this tiny little arm. I'm picturing that moment in Deadpool where he's regrowing his limbs. It's the tiny little, and you
like,
suddenly are on the ground and having a hard time standing up because you're suddenly dwarf sized because your legs are tiny.
I'm like horrified but amazed at this.
Yeah,
This is incredible.
This is creepy body horror. Ziomedes, you were gonna grapple a couple of dwarves. I'd love for you to roll strength checks, and they're gonna roll some.
Okay. I rolled a 19 on one of the athletics, and I'll grab the other nearest dwarf, which is probably be Rylan at this point. And I got a 12 on trying to catch fire.
I'm tired.
I'm
so
like,
maybe.
dwarves. Oh wait, that's Rylan.
You-
What the hell?
You very easily grab one of these dwarves, lift him up. It's actually one of the guards. It's one of the guards you don't recognize. You just kind of scoop him up. You go for another dwarf, and you end up with Rylan, and he's got little baby arms.
What the hell? What happened to you? You look like when we were kids.
It's
I'm just gonna do this all day now.
It's fantastic. Look, I listen. I tried to look at her spell, and yet when I did, I was turned into this. Something is watching. Something is protecting her, and it's absolutely fascinating. If you could just hand me my wand, it's just over there. I can't quite reach it.
I shake him
A
about
tiny
with
little-
his little baby arms, and I'm like, see, this is what happens when you pry into these powers.
Diomedes, do you shake a baby?
Oh my goodness, no shaking babies.
No.
No.
Well, it's Rylan.
No.
with his
No.
human
It's
adult
right.
He
face.
does. He has.
Oh,
What I'm picturing is
like-
human head, human torso, baby arms, baby legs. Okay, you give him a little bit of a shake as you're holding him there. Trinkle, what are you doing?
Actually, what I was gonna say is first of all, I was gonna check if. So I'm assuming we're trying to look for the sword that.
I don't know what you're doing. I have no clue.
Why would we be looking for the sword? Who said anything
long
about
story
the
short,
sword?
I want to see if there's the sword on the guard. Does he still have that magical sword?
You do notice that no, Elam is not carrying the magic short sword that he had. It looks like he's got still a dagger at his side, but the short sword is gone. We just get another wild magic sword.
I was gonna say I'm gonna run in and try to get that sword. So while they're freaking it out, I'm gonna try to go get that sword because I don't want one of those prayer people to get it. So
okay. Yeah, you run on in.
You can choose another player for a wild magic surge, by the way.
Great, Trinkle, you run on in. You hold your breath, remembering. You see now that there's a good dozen dwarves in this room scattered about. Some of them are already asleep. Some of them are kneeling and praying in front of some of those crystal structures. You clearly see the short sword that's been thrown in. Looks like someone lobbed it. And then a wild magic surge happens. Go ahead and roll a wild magic surge.
Me? Oh,
yeah.
I was like, I haven't gotten one in so long. I'm not gonna say anything.
Get
Too late.
How do you do it
/
again?
die. / die
die?
space 1d10,000. Yeah,
1d10,000.
as in a command.
339.
Let's see, 339 for Trinkle is bits. Oh fuck! This is bad. Oh no. Okay, bits of flesh fall from your body until you are a bare skeleton.
God, I hope this is a dream.
This is the most amazing game I've ever DM'd. None of what I've planned is ever going to happen ever again. Trinkle, you step into this room, you breathe in, you hold your breath, you run forward and grab the sword. And as you grab the sword, you notice that your hand looks like it's turning to rot. It's just flaking away. And then you notice it crawls up your arm, and now you can see the bones of your hand. Your fingers are turning to just bones. You're very slowly turning into a skeleton.
I dropped the sword. Does anything happen?
The rest of you see this.
Okay.
I dropped the sword, and does it come back at all? Does it stop, or does it continue?
You drop the sword, and no, it seems to continue. It seems to have started from where you grabbed the sword, and it's spreading up your arm. It's at your elbow now. You can see all the bones in your hand now.
I scoop her up.
Does it hurt?
As I see this.
No, it doesn't
And
hurt, but
okay.
there's a deadness. Like you can't feel it.
Oh no! Okay, I scoop her up and I run out of the cave, and I'm going to put her down.
I'm gonna grab the sword and I'm gonna hold it.
With your skeleton hand or with your real hand?
My flesh hand. See if I can grab that, and if it doesn't, on the other side.
So Sugar comes running on in and grabs you. You, in a moment, grab the sword with your other hand, and you notice as soon as you grab it, Sugar grabs you. Sugar, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw with advantage, because you're exerting yourself at this point.
I like the fucking baby from Total Recall on Ziomedes right now.
Okay. 16 plus 7 is
You're fine.
23.
You're fine. You can continue to hold your breath as you scoop her up. Trinkle, as you feel Sugar grab you and start to run back towards the entrance of the cave, you notice the sword that you're holding in your flesh hand, the flesh is starting to peel away there. And now that other hand is turning slowly to rot and then to bones. And the other side is creeping up your elbow and it's heading towards your shoulder.
I'm gonna shout to the dwarves to clear apart as well.
Yeah, I mean, well, half the dwarves in here are asleep.
On myself? I don't know. I don't know if even less restoration will do anything. That's like blinded death. Nope, that won't work. I don't know. Guys, I need help!
Me
Okay,
too.
I'm trying to help you.
Everyone,
Okay,
get out of the
Okay,
way!
I put Trinkle down once we're out of the cave, and I immediately, I shake her hand so the sword comes out since she's holding it, and I want to do lay on hands because it's like
Okay.
divine healing. Maybe it will help. It neutralizes diseases. It can do that. So I'm going to try to do lay on hands on her.
Okay. You lay on hands. So you come back to where Ziomedes is holding Rylan in this other dwarf, like barrel style under his arms. You put down Trinkle, shake out the sword, and do your lay on hands. How many points of healing are you putting into her?
It's 5. So I think I have like
What's your level?
30. Yeah. So I'll start with 5 and just see, because that's what it takes to neutralize something. So I start with 5 on one arm.
You feel, Trinkle, this pulse of warm energy. Your left arm, which had almost reached your shoulder, turning to bone, seems to slow. It doesn't stop completely, but it slows a bit. Your right hand, just past the wrist, is now decrepit and just bones, and that seems to slow. And you can see that it's slowed tremendously, but it has not stopped.
Okay.
More.
Okay,
More.
All of it. All of the rest. All 25. 25
also
plus
gonna
my
carry
Azamar healing. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
All of
use
it.
healing
All of it.
hands
All of
as
it.
well.
Yeah.
Okay, the sugar pumps some in. Ziomedes, what are you doing? I didn't hear you.
I've got healing hands as well, so I'll rush over and quickly apply my Asamar's healing. I can heal up to level. So, what level are we?
It's 5
We're
times.
level 7.
I guess.
We're level 7.
7
35.
All right. The both of you each take a side and fill Trinkle with divine light from your respective places, and it stops. It doesn't heal, but it stops. So Trinkle, your left arm is now just bones, and you can move it and manipulate it, but like at your shoulder, the flesh just kind of withers and gets decrepit and then just turns to bones. And then the same thing on your right hand, like just above the wrist. But you can't feel anything.
I touch
You feel-
Ziomedes. I don't feel anything.
I don't flinch. What happens? Does it spread to my face?
I just start crying.
Oh, no.
You're fine, Ziomedes.
I can't feel anything. I just touch my
Okay.
face.
Okay.
Let
I'm
me
going
see
to-
her. I'm a scientist. I'll help.
Explain
I mean,
yourself.
it's cool, kind of. I can't.
My
feel
tiny
anything.
hands might be able to help. Can I do a detect magic on her with my wand? Hand me my wand.
All right, I'll grab
I put my whole hand around.
that.
She does not detect as magic. Like whatever has happened to her has now
Right.
affected her.
Is Rylan magic though?
You turned on yourself.
What?
Yeah, I think I probably would actually.
Turn
Yeah.
What?
I
Turn on
can
myself.
take care of it if it's magic, but I can't do anything else.
So the detect magic just tells you if it is magical and what school of magic it is, but not necessarily
yeah.
if it's been
Like-
affected.
Yep.
Yeah. So no, your arms and legs do not come across as magical. The sword that has been dropped out of her hand still is showing as magical.
It was the sword.
No, well, maybe. Don't say.
That dwarf was bad news.
Certainly there is magics at work, but you're not showing us that going on right now, Trinkle, and neither am I.
I know. I'm.
Okay. Are we dreaming? It's gonna be okay. We might be dreaming, which
We'll
is
Sugar?
good. Yeah.
Sugar, go ahead and roll a medicine check.
Okay. 14.
Okay. You're kind of freaking out about everything that's going on. Rylan has baby arms. Trinkle has no arms. Everything seems to have gone to pot. You calm yourself for a second and do a critical look at both of them. You have no idea what's going on with Rylan's body, but a quick examination, especially of his arm, as he reaches out with his little tiny baby arm with the wand, you can see that it's growing very slowly, but it's growing. You think maybe it's gonna be okay? It's just gonna take some time, but he'll grow back. You look back over at there you go. You look back over at Trinkle, and no, like, it's not getting worse, but it's not getting better. You seem to have stopped it. This doesn't now seem to be anything that is a medical problem. You almost think that this is a curse of some sort.
Trinkle, listen to me. That stupid dwarf sword was cursed, but, you know, there are magics that remove curses, or so I've heard. So maybe we can find someone. We could find someone who could do this. I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody did. So we're going to fix this.
If it's anyone's fault, it's Diomedes. He really wanted the sword.
That's a great point.
No, it isn't that. Sugar started wanting this sword. I was trying to get it for her.
It's okay. We're going to fix this.
Diomedes, the dwarf under your arm, Elam, takes one look at Trinkle and is like, what the hell's going on with God? And he squirms out of your grasp and runs.
I immediately like, I either look for something to cover my arms, or I don't know. Like, is there, do any of you guys have something to cover their arms? Do any of them look like they do? I can't remember.
I have linen cloth. I'm not even joking. I still have that linen cloth.
I will.
He's got a bolt of linen cloth.
I immediately go into say Diomedes, and I know probably where it is because I know Diomedes, and I grab the linen cloth and I immediately start wrapping myself up, like covering myself because I'm super embarrassed, and I'm probably not saying anything at all. I'm just crying.
Maybe
you're able to pretty quickly bandage your arms so that it just looks like you've been burnt.
Like maybe. Armed. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Maybe one of Sugar's acolytes have a way of removing a curse. They seem like
some of them are let's okay, here's what we can do. Diomedes, you and I, it looks like pretty much everyone's asleep. So how about you and I go in, hold our breaths, we carry everybody out, and then we take Amelia because she was kind of in charge of everyone, and we see if she can do it. We've done this before. Should be super fine. Let's go.
All right, we'll hold our breath. Go in. Start dragging to.
Okay. Are you actually looking to like pull?
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah. All right. I'll say, for the purposes of it not being taking forever, you spend the rest of the day, but you're able to go in, pull people out. Some people are still awake. Some people seem to be more resistant to the effects, or it's taking longer. And by the time you go on in, they're still awake and they're still wandering around. Most of them seem a little disappointed that they haven't fallen asleep yet, but having seen what happened to Trinkle, kind of seeing what's happened to Rylan, having seen all of the franticness that's going around, it's pretty easy to get those people to follow you. Yeah, they're able to leave. Some of them are even able to help out their fellows. They start dragging the dwarves that have gone to sleep towards the house that had been set up specifically for that purpose. Amelia is there. She's actually one of the people who has not fallen asleep yet. And when she is Sugar, when you ask her to leave, she doesn't argue. She's, yes, of course, whatever you need. What can I help with? Yes.
Do you know anything about like removing curses on someone? That would be super, super tight if you did.
Yes, that is something that I have studied.
Oh my god! I hug her and I squeeze her.
And she's got this look on her face that is reminiscent of when you meet a famous person that you love, that like it has been an inspiration to you, and then they give you a compliment, and she's like, she's just frozen. She's like,
Yes! Come with me if you want to live! And I grab her and I run towards Strinkle.
of course, whatever you need. And she'll follow you and get out of the cave up into where the rest of you have been hanging out while Diomedes and Sugar have been pulling all these dwarves out. Sugar, you bring her up to Trinkle, and she looks at you, Trinkle, and she looks at your bandaged arms, and Amelia asks, well, may I ask what happened?
Touched a sword.
I don't say anything.
Her flesh started rotting away.
Yeah, she touched the sword. It's maybe like a curse. We were able to stop it, but we need to reverse it. Like right now.
Okay. And she eyes this sword that's been lying on the ground and eyes you and says, may I see? I need to see what has happened, and then I can pray to the goddess.
Right, I wouldn't touch it. Maybe here, take some linen cloth.
Yes, here.
Or can you just... And she'll take it, and then she'll look at you, Trinkle, and say, can you just show me?
I don't move.
No?
Actually, I don't move.
All right.
I'm scared. I'm terrified.
She grabbed it.
Mm.
I'm literally going like
grabbed
this,
it.
like just like pulling my arms to my chest, just not saying anything, not doing anything.
Amelia will very gently reach out and touch your arm, wrapped in linen, and say, please, I need to see in order to be able to help.
Trinkle, please. We want to help you.
I'll put my one arm out. I'll do the one that's not the full up to my arm, just the half one.
Okay. You hold out your right hand. Yeah. Amelia takes the wrappings and unwraps your hand and reveals the skeleton there. And you see her eyes widen, but she doesn't really react too much more. She gently places her hand on the point where the skin turns to bone, where the skin has that line right there. She places her hand there, and you hear her start to chant in Dwarven under her breath, which none of you speak. But you do recognize a few words. You do hear her on principle. None of you speak Dwarvish. You do hear her call out to Sharandalar, who you do recognize as one of the Dwarven gods. And Trinkle, certainly because of your background, you recognize this as prayer. And she closes her eyes and and you feel a tingling in that arm that she's holding. And then you feel your other hand, your other arm, you feel that tingling as well. And it starts to hurt. It hurts a lot. And before your very eyes, the flesh starts to grow back over the bone. And it's painful, but it's not excruciating. And over the next few minutes, the one that she's holding that she's unwrapped, you watch as your right hand comes back and is reformed, and the same pain has been going on in your left hand, and you regain feeling in it, and when you unwrap it, you can see that both of your arms are back. And she lets go of you and looks down at the sword and looks back at you and says, I don't know exactly what that was, but that was a nasty curse, and I'm glad I was able to get rid of that very quickly. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
No, thank you.
I grasp Trinkle's hands and I place them onto my rippling abs, and then I say, can you feel again?
Diomedes, giving you advantage on your next roll. Whatever your next roll is, you have advantage to that. That was amazing.
Do I feel anything?
Oh yes, you do.
Okay.
It's lovely.
Feel a ripple.
I immediately do one stroke and then I give him a hug and I just bury my face in his abs. Just crying a
Give her
little
a
bit.
hug back. See, this kind
Oh.
of thing happens all the time. It's nothing to us.
I mean,
But I'm afraid of death.
Ah,
It terrifies
well,
me.
you've conquered it this day.
Amelia looks
Amazing.
back
Yeah.
at you, Trinkle, and says, "Then I am very glad that my lady could bring me here to help you." And she's pointing at Sugar, and then looks over at Rylan, who is still kind of being held by Ziomedes, and says,
I'm like
tried-
feeling the abs too.
"I could try to do something for you."
I can feel them.
Quaid, you must.
You can really put me down.
It starts speaking on prophecies.
Yes. Amelia looks over it. Are you sure? Okay.
Oh, he'll be
That's
fine.
good because
I'm
I can
good.
really only remove curses once a day, and that took a lot out of me, so I'd have to wait until tomorrow anyway.
That's right, I'm quite enjoying
Yeah.
this.
Roll the sun, baby, run.
Elam comes back with some more guards and says, "Right, we're gonna try and get rid of y'all. Would you go now? Would you go? We're gonna seal this place up. We got everybody out, and would you just go?"
Yeah. I'm ugly crying and walking away near Trinkle, and I keep like trying to like pat her, but I feel guilty, so I just ugly cry and walk away.
You can see Elam takes out his he's got a longsword with him now, and he's using it to like shove the magic short sword down the path and like pulling it forward, and it looks like they're going to try to get it back into the cave before they seal it up again. But you guys were able to remove everybody from there. All right.
Good job.
You head out. What would you like to do after all that?
Perhaps we should go investigate this dwarf. Didn't we have a quest or something? I scarcely recall
Yeah.
after all
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah,
Maybe.
no, we should. I'm kind of. I don't know. Is it? What time is it? Is it sunset? What time is it?
It's hard to tell because you're indoors, but you're pretty sure it's late.
Okay.
Like you guys started investigating this cave in the morning, and it's people are leaving the taverns heading home to go to bed. So you imagine it's probably well past dinner time.
Why? Why don't we go to sleep, and then we can wake up early in the morning, and we can go do good things,
Not sure why you're
selfless
crying.
good things. No
Fine,
reason.
fine.
No reason.
They'll give me time to experiment on myself, so that works fine.
Oh, God. I hope you're fully grown
Daddy,
by the
you-
morning.
I
I'm not
am- I
saying
am-
anything. I'm not saying anything. Oh, I have to go to the bathroom. I'm walking away. I'll be right back.
Oh, darn it! I was gonna actually ask, is Rylan like kind of like a toddler now? Can he like walk on his own?
He's like a massive head.
Yeah, like
He's like a bobblehead.
Oh my
You just found a new
goodness.
bobblehead. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That was.
So are we
That
just
was
gonna go to
so
bed then?
sad.
I gotta go.
Yeah,
to,
we're just going to
someone, someone put me down in the crib.
Yeah, come on. You can.
I help
I'll
you
put
up on
you
your
in a
bed. I actually help you up into Nyla's bed.
I've got like a my bed is like a car.
So,
You know.
so are you guys back at the tavern now? Is that what's going on?
Oh, we're trying
Yay,
to get to bed
yay.
right now.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That was exciting. Okay. So you guys, before you do,
We kind of skipped dinner, didn't we? But yeah.
yeah, you kind of had a late lunch, and then this fun happened. Whatever that was. And then, yeah, if you head back to the Drunken Dog, Faustus is there. He will serve you some dinner. There's still some leftover. He'll tell you that Nyla is still sleeping upstairs. You've been gone for several hours, so he'll ask.
It's not good.
He'll take a look at Rylan and be like, that wasn't what was going on with Harbeck, right? Like, what happened to you?
Normal. This is standard regulation. What happened?
Well,
was
if you
there's
say
something-
so.
There's something protecting Sugar, and when I tried to investigate her spell, the creature, being whatever it is, turned its eye upon me and turned me to this to warn me against it. This has only emboldened me to learn more about it.
I'm too serious.
Okay.
This time.
That's old stuff that has nothing to do with me. I really only care about Harbeck and what he was working on.
Correct.
So
I have
you
no
just,
idea why you're speaking to me.
I have no idea why you're telling me what's going on with your crazy
Because
arms.
you asked.
Yeah, that's true. You
Yeah.
did ask.
I
You did
was
ask.
gonna be okay with that was perfectly normal. So you won't. I'm just gonna walk away now because you're scaring me, and I'm starting to think twice about asking you. And he just
Good.
walks away.
All right. Let's all head to sleep
Um,
and work out what's Harbeck
I
up
get
to.
I get stupid drunk before
I
I,
was
go
going
to
to
sleep.
say,
Like
even before we
drunk.
talked to the guy, I just went up to bed. I didn't wait for anything. I just went straight. No dinner, no nothing. I just went to go lay down. So
Okay. You go straight to bed. Sugar is at the bar, immediately ordering the strongest drinks available. Ryland and Ziomedes, what are you two doing? If anything.
I crawl up the
better.
steps one by one.
I can't let Sugar drink on her own, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll let
can't drink
Sugar
really.
have some
I'm not
time
old enough.
alone.
All right, Ryland crawls up to bed. Ziomedes, you're gonna sit with Sugar and drink.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a
Um,
drink with Sugar. Can't have her drinking by herself, otherwise.
I'm actually gonna when I crawl up, I'm actually gonna like knock on like the bottom, like where the cat flap is of the of Trinkle's door. I'm imagining just coming
Oh.
through the cat flap now. Probably give me a little on the door.
I don't answer.
I crawl back to my own bed.
Okay. As the two of you crawl back to bed, Sugar and Ziomedes, did you want to chat about anything, or were you just gonna enjoy a night of getting blackout drunk?
Yeah, I'll ask her a few questions. Well, you
What's up,
handled that pretty
Ziomedes?
well.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah, you did.
Mm-mm.
better
No,
than I
I
could
don't
have
think I did though. I think it was kind of my fault. Ooh, I think it was kind of my fault because
No.
yeah, though, because I totally wanted to go get that guy's sword. I was like, he sucks and I want his sword. But I didn't want anybody else to get hurt. I thought it would be super easy, and then it wasn't because life is not super easy. I don't know if you know this about it, but it's not super easy.
No, it isn't. It isn't. And back another drink. Yeah, we need any more drink for the night. Get
Yeah,
another
more
bottle.
drinks.
Faustus is there. Say what you will about him and what you think about him. He's there before you finish one drink. Doesn't ask any questions. He seems to intuitively know that this is drinking to drunkenness.
Yeah.
And just
Uh-huh.
like he comes prepared with a beer and a shot, and a beer and a shot, and a beer and a shot, and they
Oh
are
my God.
they are there before you know that you're done with the last one.
I love you so much, Mr. Faustus. I love you so much. I just wanted to make friends with your friends, and I wanted to do good things and help you guys. But this is just going bad. This is going really bad, and maybe I should have stayed by myself.
Oh, Trinkle adores you just as much as She looks up to me or Rylan.
Well, we are all taller than her, so that's just logic.
Great. You didn't know that was going to happen, and you're not to blame.
No, but I feel bad. I feel bad.
You'd feel drunk.
Need more drink.
Down it.
I do feel, yeah. I
That's
do
what you
feel
should
very,
feel.
very drunk.
Look,
Okay.
don't worry about it. I'm sure Trinkle doesn't hate you for it, and I'm sure no one hates you for it. Look, you had the best intentions, apart from wanting that sword. That was pretty selfish. But let's not touch that sword again. Never touch that sword again. That's bad. You've already got a perfectly good. You've already got a cursed sword. Why do you need another one? Like, what's up? What is up with that anyway?
It's fine. It's fine. It's not cursed. It's not cursed. It's fine. It's fine.
I
think.
don't believe you.
Why not? I'm a very honest person. I would never lie.
I saw what happened.
Diomedes. Diomedes, you think I'm a bad person? You think I'm a bad person?
I don't think you're a bad person. I think that something bad is trying to do something to you, though, but no, you're not bad.
I didn't want to hurt anybody.
I know, I know exactly what you went through. It's weird, I kind of was you in that moment. Like, I saw what you saw and felt that. It's messed up. And I know you didn't mean ill will against your previous companions, but I was pretty fucked up, was all I was going to say. But like I say, it wasn't you. It wasn't you.
Yes, it wasn't me.
No.
Was not me. Cool. Okay.
Why do you say it that many times?
Why do you say so few times?
Well, I don't know. Maybe Rylan should get to the bottom of this. Maybe he shouldn't. But I can't tell you to do either way, and it's your choice at the end of the day, but I just want to make sure you don't get hurt from it, or whatever it's... I don't know what its intentions are. Obviously, it's helped you.
No, I seem to be pretty chill. Yeah, I seem to be okay. It's everyone who's around me who doesn't seem to do so hot.
Yeah. Wings are pretty badass, by the way. I was
No, they're cool, right? Yeah.
Then I was like, actually, you know what? Pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. I miss flying, though. Remember we used to fly together and we would race and you would always beat me?
Yeah, and then...
I thought that would be pretty fast.
And then we separated. I haven't seen you in so long, and you grew up fast and things happened, and... Anyway, haven't you got a flying carpet now? You don't need wings. You can fly wherever you like.
Don't need no stinking wings. Just the carpet and my brothers, my friends, and this new shop that's here. Ooh, this one.
Faustus arrives. Faustus arrives with another beer, another shot, and says, "Hey, well, listen, it seems like you've gone through most of the most of what drunkenness involves. Sounded like you were crying, and then you got sad, and then you got happy, and now you're just being ridiculous. So here one more. Why don't y'all go bed, right?"
Okay, well, we skipped one very important part of being drunk, but I don't see anybody I'm really interested in around here, so yes. Gonna go to bed.
Yeah, all the people that are left in the tavern at this point are dwarves who either are a little scared of you or in awe of you, depending on what they've recently seen. Might be a little difficult to woo one of them when there's such a power differential.
As Diomedes has only got his wings out, and he's got like a plastic knife, and he's like, "Who needs wings?" Oh, he's trying to like cut them off.
Oh my god, come on, we're going upstairs. You are ridiculous.
Holy crap!
I grab him behind his back, smush his wings against me, and his arms are pinned down, and we're walking up the stairs like this.
I'd slap a few dwarves over the head whilst the wings kind of like unfurl and flapping around.
Oh my goodness!
Door's like, hey,
Night.
hey, watch those wings. Watch them. Whoa. Then as you
Watch your beard.
stumble upstairs.
I'm gonna be
You
like,
guys-
what's this? And I'm trying to fly up the stairs in the tiniest narrow corridor and just like,
I would love a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage as you are drunk.
oh god.
Me or him?
He's the one that wants to fly up the stairs.
in a corridor
That's
with
right.
just
You get- +4. You get the +4.
Oh, this is a check, not a save.
You
okay.
tumble, you soar and glide and hit the stairs halfway and somersault and roll up the stairs and land face first on the landing on the second floor.
I get up.
Hey.
Oh yeah, technically.
Technically what?
You did good.
Oh no, he gets advantage on this for the abs.
That's true.
yeah?
You do get advantage for the abs. Go ahead and roll again. I did say.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Wait.
when you reach the top of the stairs, you somersault and land on your feet. Like it is the perfect old school like Charlie Chaplin routine that you end up on your feet. It's amazing.
Yes.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
You're pretty sure your stomach doesn't want you to do it again.
Oh, yeah, actually.
Oh no.
I think I better go before I start making a waterfall down these stairs. It'll turn
Cool.
You
into
guys
like
head off to bed.
water feature.
Yep.
But yeah. We should head to bed.
All right.
I'm gonna obviously go in as quietly as I can into Trinkle's room. But that's not gonna probably turn out very well.
Drinkle, are you still awake or did you go to sleep?
I am asleep.
Oh,
Okay.
Not, but not deeply. I would honestly say.
What's your passive perception? And Diomedes, go ahead and roll a stealth check at disadvantage.
A 14.
Without the +4 because you no longer are next to Sugar.
no.
14. Oh.
Stealth check.
Stealth check.
Oh, I rolled it completely wrong, but it'd be 4.
That'd be a 4. Trinkle,
Yeah.
your eyes pop open as you hear Diomedes stumble into the room and crack open one eye just enough to see he's got his wings out. It's up to you whether you want to keep pretending to be asleep or what you want to do.
I'm gonna pretend to be asleep. See what he does.
All right. Diomedes, you snuck
Go.
into the room successfully. She has no idea.
Perfect. All right, I'll collapse on the bed, and my wings still like kind of outstretched for a couple more seconds, sort of like cover her in a blanket. But as they kind of dissipate and disappear, there's no more blanket covering her, so I'll put my arm around Trinkle and then kind of like just bring her close.
And I scream and I say, "Don't touch me! Don't
Oh.
touch me!"
No,
Ooh.
you're not okay, are you? I'm sorry you're feeling this way. I know it must have been horrific for you. I should just sleep and just fall asleep as Simon is trying to be compassionate. He just falls asleep.
I feel that obviously, and I kind of cuddle closer, but I don't touch him. I just get close as I can without even touching him, and then I go back to bed.
You all find rest for the evening. Some of it easier than others. The morning comes to some of you easier than others. Sugar and Diomedes do a raging hangover. Diomedes, you do, amongst the nausea and the morning sickness, do notice that Trinkle did move closer to you. She's still not touching you, but she did cuddle up a little bit closer. Trinkle, you had some weird dreams, some not full-on nightmares, but it was a restless night. Rylan, you look down and your arms and legs are mostly back. They're kind of like thin and as though you're a teenager again, and so they're lanky and they don't really have any muscle definition, but they're at least the correct size for your body.
I will continue to make notes on the matter.
Okay. And you can all stumble on down. Nyla is still fast asleep. She looks happy.
Must be so nice.
She looks super happy.
I check her vitals. Is she still alive?
Probably.
Oh yeah. Slow, deep breathing, nice, steady heartbeat. You figure eventually you might have to do something if she doesn't wake up soon because she's got to eat. But it's at this point, it's really only been like 14, 15 hours. So it's not, yeah, she seems perfectly healthy and she's got a little bit of a smile. So good for her.
Yeah, Rylan, when do you try eating her a donut?
I'll try. I like put a donut like next to her mouth.
It's one of those super white powdered donuts, and you put it next to her mouth, and her face is now covered in white powdery sugar.
Oh no.
She'll be fine.
Good enough.
She says she does this sometimes. It's awfully boring, but I'm sure she'll be fine. Probably trees and stuff, you know. Which is basically what her father did at one time.
Right, yeah, there was a tree in a bed, wasn't it, or something?
Something like that. Yes, I can't recall. Shall we go and find this? Sure.
Right. Okay. So we'll grab a bite to eat and gather the group and be like, right, gotta investigate this Hermac fellow. After that, we finally move on.
Sure.
Should we go talk to Borzen before we go down or across the street or whatever?
Honestly,
or should we
couldn't speak to the dwarf again, but I suppose we could.
Yeah, he was going to. Well, no, he said to think about stuff that we wanted, and I mostly want.
Oh, right, our reward.
But,
of course.
Right, maybe we should just be polite. Maybe we should be very nice to everyone from now on so karma doesn't follow us around. Probably be good.
Oh, it's a good idea. Let's go talk to Borson then.
Yeah, let's go talk to Borson. I keep eyeing Trinkle to see how she's doing, and I still I keep wanting to hug her because I'm huggy, but I know that she's not been into it from just time walking back, so I'm just kind of lingering, floating around.
How does Trinkle look this morning?
I was actually saying she has her arms bandaged again, even though they're fine.
Yeah.
As you know, they're bandaged.
I see Sugar constantly eyeing up Trinkle, and I'm just like, not now. Give her some time, maybe. Yeah.
I know, I'm not doing anything. I was just making sure she was okay.
Okay. We'll just act
I'm
as
just
if
eating quietly.
Nothing. Act as if nothing's different. Just
Okay.
If it continues like this, then we'll maybe have a word. But I think she's just in the shock. No, we're not having an intervention. That's what you need. Anyway, let's go get our reward.
Right. Yeah, let's go talk to
I dare someone to try.
Eventually, there's going to be a game that the title of the game is eventually going to be called Intervention. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to go, this is an intervention, and I'm just going to leave. And then I'll return after 3 hours.
Yes! I ship it. Even though I can't ship it, I ship it.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. So you guys head over to Borzen Opal Pike, who still has his office outside of the town in the few buildings that are outside in the open air, as it were. And he says, "Oh yeah, how you doing? You all? I heard you had a little bit of fun down with the cave and helped a bunch of people get out last night. Is everything okay?"
We're really good people. So, yeah, that's what we did.
Oh, okay.
Fine. Yeah.
Everything's cool.
That's cool. It's all cool. So, what can I help you with?
I didn't know you told us to come talk to you about.
I've
About.
honestly no idea why we're here.
No, he told us to come talk to him about what we wanted for helping everybody, like some kind of reward, and we. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could just offer you some gold if you need, but you seem to have some ideas of, maybe we got something else that we could help you with. Like, what were you interested in?
Well, I think maybe Trinkle had some good ideas. If Trinkle would like to decide for the group, because she's very smart, and is our manager.
Oh,
what
use.
Go
Sorry,
on.
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Borzen was just gonna look at Trinkle, and say, "Oh, you's in charge of this group. Okay. Well, what's your finder's fee? What you're looking for your help?"
Ziomedes wants a shield. Magical shield. I have one.
Magic shield.
Or if you have magical gloves, that'd be cool. Or if you have a bag that can hold a lot of things, we're kind of interested in that. And Sugar might need another shield too. Do you use a shield? I don't know. You're a paladin,
I
so
do, but I do, but it's like whatever. Yeah, it's like whatever you want.
And Rylan might want some potions if you have any cool potions.
I only got a magical book with spells.
Or a magical book with spells.
All right. Well, that's kind of
Maybe some
a
whey
that's a.
protein for my arms.
But
Oh yeah, we got plenty of that. Do you go over to the GDC, the General Dwarf Nutrition down there, and you go get what you need. That's easy. Yeah. Anything else I could add to the shopping list? I'm not sure if I could get you everything, but I can try.
no, just well, whatever you can get. And if you have any gold to spare just for the travels, because we travel far, but whatever.
Yeah. Oh, we got your rooms over at the Drunken Dog. You want to hang out there for a little while? Let me talk to a couple people, see what I can dig up. You got some interesting requests that might take. Ooh, I don't quite got any of that on me, but I'll ask around and see what I can get for you. So you good with that? Maybe come back later.
No, we have a job anyway, so we're gonna do that, and then we'll be back. Or you can meet us at the Drunken.
I noticed what Trinkle asked for, just a pair of gloves.
You have magic gloves, yeah. You looking for any specific thing that they do? You looking for any colors?
One that matches my outfit.
He eyes you up and down. I was like, yeah, we'll see what I can do. The color might be the easiest part of any of this, but yeah. Give me a little while. Come back for dinner or something. We'll get you all set up.
Very well.
Are you,
Trying to find
you all
another
okay? You all seem like sad.
Hangover.
Do we?
A little.
I think everyone's fine.
We're super chill group.
Yeah.
Super.
We have a mission, so we'll talk to you later. And I start heading
Bye,
to
Borzen.
the thing.
Okay, yes, you guys have fun with whatever your thing is. Bye. And he still has kind of this oddly concerned look on his face, like he can kind of tell something's up, but he's really, he doesn't know you that well. So you guys leave.
Yeah, I think he's trying to be respectful, obviously.
Yeah, it's like, oh, none of my business, but Ooh, shadow walking over someone's grave. All right, you guys are headed over to the Deep Trespasser Pub.
Yes.
I know.
Okay.
It's funny because it's
Yeah. All right, you guys head back, and basically right across the street from the Drunken Dog is the Deep Trespasser. A nice stone building. Seems to be just another inn and pub. This one is maybe a little smaller, but the door is locked. The windows are shuttered, and it seems to be closed. As you look at the building, you do notice that there are people who come by kind of expecting to maybe go in and are a little surprised. Yeah, 2 or 3 other dwarves come by and then you do hear one of them in remark to a friend is just like, 4th day, and then they walk off.
I think we should scope out the perimeter. And
Seems
is there a
strange.
back door?
Let's take a look.
Yeah,
Is there
you
a
can
back
circle
door,
the building.
Cellar?
As you circle the building, go ahead and roll perception checks.
Perception.
All the perception.
16.
16 for sugar.
Perception. Oh, poopy doodles.
Oh yeah.
19.
Oh.
I'm awesome.
Oh.
8.
Perception. Natural one. Or was it? No, it's a 7. It looked like a 7.
That's a 7. It looked like a 1. I agree.
It does. Okay. All right. Rylan and Ziomedes, you two. It's a building. Of course, it's a building. Well, what would be different about a building? It's got some windows on the bottom floor. The second floor has got a few windows. You do see a back door. Sugar and Trinkle, you don't see an outdoor cellar. You do notice that the back door is offset to a portion of the building that's not part of the main plot of this inn. Like, it almost looks like the back door is to an addition that's been added to this building. It's the same stone, but it's obviously not nearly as old. It looks like, and you kind of try to look in through the windows, but they're shuttered, and it's a little hard to see, but it almost looks like it's an additional part of the building that was added after the main part. There's a door.
Trinkle. Do you think that maybe that's where the owner was working on his new beer or whatever?
That's what I'm thinking. I jiggle the handle and see if anything happens.
It is locked.
It's locked. Should we try
Do you
open
want
it?
me to?
All right.
Yeah. I could it open.
I knock on it a
If
little
you
bit.
want-
Yeah. I knock on. Does anything answer?
Don't
Okay,
hear
your turn.
anything.
Been away for 3 days, remember? He's probably either
Yeah,
not here or
we should-
himself.
We should take a look inside, though, just to be sure.
Sugar?
So,
Do your duty.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You're
yes. Aye.
You try to break open the door?
Yeah.
All right. Roll me a athletics check.
Okay. +5. Ooh, it was a 16 again. +5 is 21. 21.
Nice.
21.
Okay, you throw yourself against the door, kind of armored side first, and you manage to hit it in just the right way to break the lock off of its hinge, and the door swings inward. As you do, it makes this really loud cracking sound as the wood splinters and breaks. The door slams open, and from the front of the building, you hear someone. Hey, did you hear that? Well, hey, who's back there? What's going on?
uh-oh.
I think someone might have heard you.
Knock, knock.
Hello?
I stealth,
And from the side,
I stealth into a
You-
corner really quick.
you go into the building? Because you guys are still like standing outside.
I go into the building and then stealth in a corner.
Okay. you guys can hear 2 sets of feet coming from down. Like you'd walked around to the back of this building, and you hear like someone is now 2 people followed you because of the noise.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
Oh, they're not in the building?
Yo!
you seem to hear them coming from around.
Around
Like maybe someone heard the door getting smashed
Well,
and they're just
broken
coming
in,
to
yeah.
investigate.
Okay.
We could stay and ask them when the last time they saw the proprietor was, and that we are investigating.
They might
Right,
be
right.
friends
There's nothing
or
about it.
locals.
Trinkle
Sorry.
darts
I
into
wait.
the building.
I'm
I'd
still
love for you to.
inside. Yeah, I'm inside and I'm waiting.
All right, Trinkle, I'd love for you to roll a stealth check and a perception check.
Stealth.
Meanwhile, as you roll those, ooh, that's a stealth.
Perception. Oh, there. That's perception. Hui! Now 14. But are
Excellent.
you within? Just kidding.
I don't know if Sugar's
Yeah,
within
it's only for
10 feet of me.
It's only for Faye.
Dang it! I wanted to
Alright,
use the power.
Trinkle darts into the now broken open door and finds a dark corner to hide in. And as you sit there, the rest of you watch as 2 dwarves come around the side of the building, kind of around the same way you did. They don't seem to be guards, but they do look curious. And when they see that the door is broken in, they get worried. And the one's like, "Yeah, what are you doing? What's going on here?"
We are investigating the man who owns this place who is like missing, and nobody's seen him. Do you know the guy?
Yeah, I know Harbeck. That's why we were here. We were hoping that maybe he was opening up for today. He's still missing? You did this, though? Why are you
Yeah,
breaking into his place? Who told you could just, like,
What if he's
why isn't the
lying?
gods here?
He could be lying on the floor dead. Do you want to leave him lying on the floor dead? We're trying to help, buddy.
Well,
Or,
With
sir,
first
nice to
responders.
meet you.
why aren't there any gods here? Why didn't you go to the, like, if you're worried about it, you think you
That's
just
a
break
good
into his
idea.
place?
No, you're very right. We should probably go to the guards. Yeah, that's a good idea. You seem like a very smart gentleman.
While this conversation is
No, I
happening,
agree with
while this conversation is happening, Trinkle, so you found this dark corner. You look around the room that you're in. This seems to be a bedroom. It looks like maybe this was an addition onto the back of the inn that is like where this guy was living.
More like a house.
There's a bed there. Yeah, like a little apartment on the back of this inn.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, and you see a bed, you see a desk, you see a hallway leading into another kind of smaller area, and you notice, even though it is dark, it's still kind of vaguely within your vision, there's a giant hole in the ground. Like a big giant hole in the floor.
I gingerly crawl up, not crawl, literally, but get up to the hole and kind of inspect it out, check it out.
Okay. It looks like, so you were in the bedroom, you kind of go through this doorway into another room that seems to be a larger area that has, all you saw was this hole. And as you kind of peek around into this room, you see a door that leads further into the building. You think maybe at that point that might actually be the inn. This room seems, there's a desk on one side, there seems to be a whole bunch of papers and a bookshelf and a lot of what look like various and sundry roots, some hops, some spices.
Gotcha.
Yeah, maybe this is where this guy was like playing around with stuff. And yeah, there's a giant hole in the floor. Like there's a big well-sized hole, and you see there are a couple of ropes attached to the ground, stably attached, leading down. And when you peer down over the edge, can't see the bottom.
Whoa.
Meanwhile, outside, Sugar, the 2 gentlemen that are standing there are like, yeah, well, we should all just, I don't want to leave because I don't know, like, I'd like to think you're here helping Harbeck, but like if you're not and you're robbing the place.
Oh, come now. Do I look like the kind of person who needs to steal Diomedes? Perhaps we should have a wager. That game that other dwarf taught you, 18s, wasn't it? Perhaps we should, kill some time here and just play a game.
I want to know why we be playing games. If look, either you're here helping her back, and we'll go get we go get the gods, and we find people like bursting into other people's places, right?
All right, we'll stay put. You go get the guards.
Oh, yes, one of you can go get the guards. Yeah, look, there are two of you, right? This is not. One of you goes get the guards. One of you stays here. It's fine. We'll wait.
The two look at each other. I'll roll a persuasion check.
Okay. I like.
It looks like neither of them want to be left alone with three large, impressive-looking armored beings who might be breaking into their friend's establishment.
What?
Just 15. Just 15.
Large.
Well, two dwarves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you guys are pretty tall.
Yeah, you're pretty tall to other humanoids, but especially dwarves. With a 15, they look at each other and they're like, "Well, do you want to go with? Well, why don't we all go? We'll go get a guard or two, and is that right?"
Still hungover. I feel like too much movement and I'll be sick in the streets.
Look, okay, look, I'll go with you. The two boys and one of you can stay here. I'll go with you, it's fine.
All right. One of the dwarves kind of very slowly, like cautiously. It's not suspicious. It's more like, I'm just not going to put my back to you. He starts to walk down the alleyway between the buildings back towards the street with you, Sugar. And the two gents are left with this other dwarf who kind of just crosses his arms and stands there and is like, "Well, this is awkward."
Is it?
And they all just stare at each other.
Why is this awkward?
Sugar, you and this other dwarf very quickly find two guards walking, looks like a patrol down the street. The guy flags him down and says, "Yeah, so we found this lady and a couple guys. They were breaking into Harbeck's place. You know anything about this?" And the guards are...
We were inspecting because he has been missing and we were trying to help and we didn't do what we probably should have done, which is come tell you about it first, but we're just trying to help.
One of the guards looks at you, Sugar, and says, You're inspecting, you're looking for Harbeck? He's still not, this place isn't still open? He kind of looks over his shoulder. Huh, who asked you to go look into that? Is that something Borzen asked you to do?
No, it was the neighbor.
Faustus?
Yeah.
That asshole, what does he care about Harbeck?
I don't know if he actually cares, but you know what? I kind of care, so I wanted to go help with my friends.
All right. Let's go take a look. You've already opened up the back. We should all go just take a look. And so the guards are going to follow you on back with this guy. Trinkle, as you guys come on back and catch up with Diomedes and Rylan, Trinkle, you're inside. You're still looking down this deep, dark hole. What would you like to do?
I was going to grab one of my torches, and I was going to light it and then throw it in and see what happens.
Yep. You light it and throw it in. As the torch... I'm sorry?
Nothing. I was just like, oh god, fire in an alchemy lab.
It explodes. No, as you light your torch...
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't care.
Well, fortunately, everything is okay. You drop it on down. You can see that the ropes that are implanted into the ground are spooled down this shaft. And the torch falls and falls and falls and falls. Do you have dark vision?
Nope, I'm a halfling. So
Oh yeah.
not.
It very quickly falls into darkness. So it falls super deep. You don't hear it land, but for the extent that it falls, you do notice that these two ropes on either side continue down the shaft. Like,
Okay.
someone was using them or lowered them down or something.
Okay, there's two things that I'll probably end up doing, obviously, with knowing that they're going to come back. And if I do hear them like trying to come in, we'll talk about that in a second. But I really want to look at papers, and I want to go check other parts of the inn just to check to see if it's fully empty. So mostly looking for evidence of weird papers and evidence of life in other rooms.
Sure. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for the papers, at least. Start there. Kind of investigate this room.
Hey. 14.
All right. You take a quick look on the table that's there with some of the alchemical supplies. You do see a bunch of papers with some notes there, and you don't speak Dwarvish. So,
wait, actually, I'll use. Well, comprehend languages works with written, right?
Let's triple check. I think you're right.
I think it does.
Let's take a quick look.
Oh, no.
Comprehend
Yes,
languages.
Any written language, yes. Then I will I'll actually expend a spell slot, so I don't have to take the time to use comprehend languages.
Excellent. You see all these papers written in Dwarvish. You quickly cast the spell and start to skim over everything. Some of them are just, lists of ingredients, stuff that this guy obviously was playing around with, but you find a couple of really interesting pieces of paper. One of them, as you skim it over, it details a story about the dwarven deity Hanself, who you know is the patron of war, carousing, and alcohol. And it's a story. Okay. It's like an old wives' tale about how Hanself stole a powerful recipe from a demon from the Nine Hells. And because he was the patron of carousing and alcohol, he stole this recipe for a beer and hid it away in a forbidden tome of knowledge that he stashed away because it was such a powerful beer that it was too powerful even for his dwarves. And so he hid it away in a tome to be forgotten about. But that it's what a story that's kind of told as a celebratory story that, even though the dwarves don't get the beer, he stole something from the Nine Hells, and how awesome that was.
Sounds legit.
And so that seems to be like the fairy tale version of it. But as you flip through some more papers and you find a book of demonology it's basic stuff. It's like stuff you get from a library. It's like, here's how the Nine Hells work, and here's all the different,
how demons are made.
Here's how demons happen. It's a very basic understanding of demons. But then you also find plans that were, it looks like when Borzin Opalpike and the clan were examining the mountainside looking for places to expand, that this dwarf might have gotten a hold of those plans of like, all right, we're going to explore off in this direction, we're going to explore off in this direction. And the important bit that he has circled is that apparently there's rumors that if he goes deep enough that there are older dwarven settlements in this mountain. And that's all you find before you hear outside 4 dwarves and Sugar round the corner, 2 guards and these 2 other interlopers all round the corner, and the guards are like, so this is the door you broke into, and you're looking, all right, well, if we're here investigating if this drunkard has done anything, then let's go on in.
Please,
okay, come on.
The dwarves are gonna.
Let's go.
And as I do that, I'm gonna try to sneak into the inn part. I'm gonna take the papers that I've read, shove them down like my blouse, and then sneak into the inn part and like lock it and like see if I can avoid them.
You head over to the door real quick. Fortunately, that door is unlocked. You open it, and as you suspected, that does leads into the kitchen, actually. Okay. And from the kitchen, you can clearly see this is the kitchen for the tavern part of the tavern and the inn. And so you go close the door, lock it.
Yeah.
All right, lock the door. The rest of you enter what looks like a bedroom. dwarven bedroom, nothing exciting. The guards kind of unshutter the windows to let some of the light in from outside. And then one of the two guards basically tell the other dwarves, "Hey, don't worry about it. You just hang out here." They're the two concerned citizens, as it were. And the guards come in with you. One of the guards immediately says, "Hey, you see that giant hole over there?" And now all of you can see what Trinkle had been examining, which is this room with this huge 5-foot hole in the ground with these ropes leading in. Hey, what's going on over here? Huh?
What the
And
hell?
they enter the room.
Interesting.
It's not like any.
I talk in Celestial, and I say, "Do you guys think Trinkle went down there?"
I'm actually at the other side of the door, like listening. Is the door
cool.
like thin enough, like for a message? Because I'm assuming like 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, 3 feet of wood. Yeah, so it can't be more than 3 feet of wood, right?
It's
That's
not
all
3 feet, no. It's
So
a
the
good
moment
door, but it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, the moment I hear that, I like whisper a message to her, be like, "I'm on the other side of this door. You can talk to me."
Is this the sugar?
I look down at my sword in confusion.
Sugar, you hear Trinkle's voice in your head.
Okay. Oh, cool. Do you want to come with us now? I respond back.
I send another message.
But who are you with?
Some guards, because we were breaking and entering. They're chill, though.
Oh, the disappointed look on your face.
I'm going to check the rooms over here, and then I'll meet up with you.
Copy.
Okay.
Okay. I love you, bye.
While this silent conversation is going on in Sugar's head, Zymes and Rylan, you watch as the guards kind of circle the hole. One of them tries the door into what you think might be the actual tavern, but it's locked. The second one goes, "Whoa." And he lights a torch, and unlike Trinkle, who dropped a torch, he just holds it over the hole and looks down. He's like, that's disturbing. Why?
He's gonna cast light down there as well, or cast light onto like a bit of wood and just chuck it down.
Okay. You cast light and chuck it down, and
What do I see? I've
Then-
got dark vision. 50 feet.
it continues beyond your dark vision. It
Whoa,
falls
that's a
and
deep.
falls and falls.
Seems as though
That's
our
a
friend
deep
has been
one.
doing a bit more than we thought.
Yeah. Well,
You
why would
dwarves
he
do
be?
like to dig, don't you?
Yeah, but this is unauthorized digging. This isn't. No one said to dig a hole here.
I mean, they authorized the digging of the Myconins. I mean, authorization has very little meaning to you people.
Well, it means a lot. Like we're not authorized to dig there now. Aren't they closing that place up? Yeah, no. It's this.
I think a
this
woman
place.
literally ran in there earlier this morning along with a group of stampeding priests. So no.
It all worked out, though. It all worked out just fine. Nothing's
Right.
wrong here. We're all fine. How are you?
Only one roll the carpet and we can go down there.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think that's good. We could,
So-
if you guys want to come, we could take you down, or you could wait for us, and we could report back here as soon as we can.
Two guards look at each other, and one says, why don't you go tell Borzen what's going on here? I think he probably needs to know. There's some unauthorized digging. Maybe he knows what's going on. You're gonna go down there? You don't even know what's
Yeah.
down there.
We are
Well,
yeah,
kin
but-
to go down your holes.
That's what we do. We go into the unknown.
We're-
We face darkness.
Well,
Sure.
you guys, some of those fate changes, aren't you? Oh,
Yes.
Sure. So
Yes,
why don't you
we
go,
are.
Dawson, and we'll do the dirty work.
well, hopefully it's not that dirty. All right, I'll wait. Why don't I wait up here until I get some help for yous? And I don't know how you can get down there. It seems to go a long way, but I'll wait up here. And if if you find anything, you come back and, well, he looks at his companion. Is like, you go report back, and that way no one's surprised if stuff comes crawling out of this thing, okay? And the one goes off to go report. The other's just he's idly browsing through the papers on the desk. He's looking over the stuff. He's doing some basic, you can tell he's trying to do some detective work, but maybe this isn't quite what the city guard has trained him for, and so he's just idly looking around. Trinkle, you were going to examine the rest of the place? Mm-hmm. You case the joint very quickly. The tavern seems to be closed. There's enough dust lying around that you think nobody's been in here for the last couple of days. You can run upstairs to where some of the inn rooms are, and same thing. Looks like this place has been unused for several days.
Okay, perfect. I will head back down. I'll get to the door, and I'm going to whisper again to Sugar.
Sugar, do you need me to cause distraction? Are you guys okay?
We're fine. We're just waiting for you before we head down. Seems like it's all chill here.
Are you guys
so
alone?
You could come back. No, there's still one guard. But
he's not altogether.
But he's fine.
Not altogether present. Anyways.
Okay, I guess I'll come in.
And I'll walk through the door quietly.
As you walk through the door, the guard, he's like, whoa! And he goes to grab for his sword. He sees it's you. He sees that it's not a threat, but he still is holding his sword. He's like, hey, what are you doing here? What's going on?
Oh, hey, Dragon.
I just been sleeping upstairs, and where am I? I thought that the inn was open, and I've been sleeping for so long. Where did everyone go?
Roll a deception check.
I'm confused by this. But she was here just moments ago.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna punch you. Deception.
Do you actually say that out loud, Rylan?
No.
I'm thinking this to myself. I'm like
18.
Rylan's in a
the guard lets go of his sword, but gives you a very confused look and says, place has been closed for days. How have you been sleeping upstairs if this place has been empty?
Oh, my girlfriend's been sleeping for days, about 72 hours at this point.
I'm miking and stuff.
Well, last time I was here, it wasn't empty. There was people. I'm scared. Where did everyone go?
The guard looks over at Rylan and Ziomedes and says, oh, you got someone who's just sleeping off the cave? That cave stuff? Oh, yeah. I had a friend of mine. He decided he was going to go have some fun in there and go see what was going on. He thought he knew what he was doing. He ended up being asleep for 2 days. It was weird. We thought he was going to sleep forever. And then people were like, oh, you should kiss him. You should kiss him. That'll wake him up. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to kiss my friend. We'll get someone else to do it. But
was there a point to this story?
Well, I was trying to tell a story because we're just, hanging out here. But yeah, he looks back over at Trinkle, a little upset that his story got shut down. He turns back to Trinkle and he's like, you should, if you were sleeping that off, you should go find your friends.
Yeah.
It's been at least a couple days. You should get out of here.
Yeah, no,
Maybe
I'm
you should
hungry.
hang around and investigate what's going on here. If something has sent you to sleep for this long, maybe you should try and figure out what it was. She might be a key witness in all of this.
Yeah, I remember some weird things. There was a hole. Oh my goodness, there's a hole in the ground.
So wait, you weren't sent to sleep by the cave?
No, when I came here, I started having weird dreams, and now it's 3 days later, and now there's a hole that matched a hole in my dream. There's things underneath that
development.
We'll take her with us. Maybe it will jog her memory. That's a great idea, Mr. Guard, sir.
Yes, this is the one in my dream.
And I start just climbing down the hole.
Wait, are you sure?
She's fine. We're just gonna go get
I start
started.
thinking Celestial to throw him off like I've been like not possessed necessarily, but like there's something else going on here. Maybe I am possessed. Let's just say.
He
And in
looks
Celestial, I'm
over.
just like reciting the recipe for like apple apple pie.
Which is very confusing to the rest of you too. The guard gives you all a long look and then looks back over at Sugar, Ziomedes, and Rylan as Trinkle starts to climb down one of these ropes and says, you really think this is a good idea? Bring her along. Do you even know who she is?
Yes
Trinkle
and
T-Bottom.
no.
We know exactly who she is, and we're going down the hole now. Bye.
Thank you for your
Thank
time,
you for your
guard.
time.
It seems as though the city guard force have us well under control. It is.
I don't know.
thanks
You
to
guys are
us.
going down a hole, and I don't know. You're going with a.
This is true.
Big
You are
changes.
vastly out of your depth, but we'll be on our way now.
Soon you're going to be out of your depths too. And he looks down the hole.
Ah! Ah!
Very good.
Good one.
That
Very
was
good.
funny. That was a good
Goodbye.
one. That was a really good
Truly,
one.
I
Bye.
feel safer at night knowing that people like you are protecting us.
All right,
He's
fine.
not-
You go down this hole. It's fine.
Good God.
I'll be up here. And he grabs a chair and he sits. And he just shrugs like, what am I going to do? Change these fate changes mind? Fine, sure. Are you guys going to actually just use the ropes and start climbing on down?
I am.
Like, well, Trinkle has.
I'm gonna
Yes.
use the castle.
I'll take the I'll take the carpet with Ziomedes.
All right. You guys start to take the carpet. You very quickly catch up to Trinkle, who's climbing down this rope. Trinkle, do you want to jump on?
Yeah, I'll hop on once I see them get close.
All right. You hop on and you start to descend. And you're going at a reasonable pace.
I'll say, bye, Rylan. We'll come back for you.
Oh, I assumed Rylan was on the carpet with you, I thought. Because 4 of you can fit.
Oh, we
yeah,
can.
if there's space, then
Yeah.
I'll fill.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, 4 of you can fit, just not all 5 of you. It's
That's fine.
the weight of the carpet. But yeah, all 4 of you can fit. The carpet lowers down this rough rock shaft. It looks like someone had been boring into the ground for quite a while and quite a ways. It's remarkably straight, but the sides are rough. And you descend and descend, and the hole above you gets smaller and smaller as you go farther and further away from that light source. At one point, you think you see that guard with a torch just kind of looking over, kind of keeping an eye, see if he can see anything. And it gets smaller and smaller, and then it disappears. And you're just descending through darkness. And eventually, after what feels like hours, but it's probably only a couple of minutes in this darkness, the hole starts to widen and gets a little bigger, and then breaks open into a cavern that has no natural light in it, so it's really hard to see very far. Those of you with dark vision can see a little bit further, but as you descend, the cavern is massive. It looks like where dwarves would normally hollow out places for their towns. And as you descend, you see that there is what looks like a town here, but it is ancient. The buildings here are decrepit and destroyed. The alleyways and the walkways had cobblestones all on them, but they seem to be ripped and torn, and age and time have corroded everything. There's just cobwebs and dust in the air, and it looks like a ghost town that you've flown on into. And as you sink towards the ground, you do notice that the ropes continue down until they reach the ground, and you can see that these 2 ropes that were on either side actually were connected to a fairly large platform of wood. Looks like something that someone could have ridden down on an elevator or been lowered on down. And from there, as you kind of hover over this piece of wood that has been lowered down, you do see tracks in the dust and the dirt of this ancient place leading off in a direction. And we'll stop there, little early, as next time we'll be exploring this ancient dwarven town. And I'm hoping maybe Nyla will wake up and join you. But we'll stop just a little bit early as we reach that point.
Cool.
Because I wasn't quite expecting to spend an hour and a half doing what we did.
What?
What are you talking about? It seemed like the most obvious thing to do, Lauren.
I know, I love, terrorizing my players with wild magic surges. It's great!
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
It's
that
so
was so
terror.
scary. Oh,
When Will was just like, oh, this is horrible. And I'm like, what do you mean this
I
is
was
horrible?
like-
This is
I know. I was
This is
like, what?
your chart. How can this be horrible?
he's never joking about it. He's never joking about it.
It's a very dark. That's precisely why it's horrible.
Will,
This
what
is
the hell?
Maybe you were jamming.
Yeah, no joke.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
I
muted
can't hear
though.
you, Will.
We can't.
Yeah,
Nope,
yeah,
we can't hear a word.
Oh,
There's.
I was saying, I didn't make that.
There
roll.
you are.
What are you saying? What are you doing? Whew, that was
This is all
intense.
your fault, Will. It's all your fault.
I have a less than 20% responsibility in this matter, so that's what I'll say. But let's go around the casting crew. Did we enjoy ourselves? Of course, where can we find you guys online? We've got Atomic Cthulhu coming up next on the channel, so stick with us for that, my friends. Over crazy. What do you think about tonight's show?
Well, the first half was a little bit of a roller coaster ride, and that was interesting, and that was unexpected, but it was fun, and I feel like the last couple of episodes, these wild magic surges have just thrown curveball after curveball after curveball. I'm like afraid to do anything because someone's just gonna wild magic surge and be like, "Here you go, everyone's dead." But it's fun and it's exciting. It's a little bit of a challenge as a DM, and it gives me an excuse to then sit back and watch these awesome players react and go crazy when the crazy shit happens. So thank you, I guess. But I am, I guess I should say who I am. So I'm Lauren, also known as Obo Crazy. You can find me as Obo Crazy online. If you search for me on Twitter, I'm Obo Crazy. I'm at obocrazy.com. You can normally find me DMing Dungeon Drunks, which is a podcast that comes out every Monday. So if you're not sick of me yet, you can go download Dungeon Drunks. We've just started a new big adventure. Our players are trapped in the Feywild for reasons. And in about a month and a week, we're going to be doing our live game at RTX. So if you happen to be going to the Rooster Teeth Fan Expo in Austin, Texas, August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, you're probably going to Gen Con because most people are. I'm really sorry. I wish you were going to RTX. But have fun at Gen Con. But if you happen to be going to the Rooster Teeth convention, come see us. We'll be playing our live game. We'll be raising money for charity. And we'll be doing all kinds of awesome stuff. And you can follow us at Dungeon Drunks. And no wild magic surges in that game. Because this one is enough.
Great stuff. Also, Nick Lauren. Double Lauren. England Lauren.
Hi. Yeah, all those things. Hello. Yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy session. But y'all are so awesome to play with. I really have, been doing this for like a year or so and always just love Mondays. So thank you guys so much. You can find me over on Twitter at @ThatSaltyGinger. I'm doing a lot of stuff this summer with Greg, Grimjack21502. Got some cool stuff, a playtest coming up with Chelsea, Little Red Dot. We're playing Fate of Cthulhu. Got Conan coming up. More D&D over in the Greyhawk channel. So lots of stuff. Just follow on Twitter, and because I post about stuff all the time. That's me.
Woo! And Chris.
Yeah, tonight was interesting, and it just goes to prove that you never know what to expect. You should always be prepared to throw it all out the window, because magic surges and player choices just always throw curveball after curveball. So yeah, we're just keeping you on your toes, that's all. But yeah, no, love Mondays, they're great fun. You can also catch me on YouTube channel, which me and my friends run, have our own home campaigns on there as well, called Ren Slim Gaming. Links in the chat, and on Twitter at Senrith as well. But yeah, thanks for having me. I'll see you guys
Awesome.
next Monday as well.
Yes. And Toto D.
Yeah, no, don't you love it, Oppo, that we just like torture your life as a DM? Oh, I'm just kidding. No, it's really fun. I thoroughly enjoyed today. It's actually funny because like after last session, I had like this little plan that I wanted to do with certain characters, and then I'm like, well, now Trinkle's mortified. There's no way. Okay, sounds great. Let's keep going. So I think it's fun to have. I'm have mixed feelings about wild magic surges because sometimes they're like okay, but I actually feel like Obo, you do a good job of incorporating them in a way that I'm like, oh, okay, I can kind of see how that works more rather than just be like, I don't know. Anyway, it's fun. So I am Toto-D. I am a Twitch variety streamer. I'll post my link in the chat. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter, and for some fun ragtag positive mental attitude. I am usually very positive, not Trinkle depressed, but you know, it's all good. Hopefully Trinkle will find herself soon. Da, da, da. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, my friends, we're going to head into our next show here, which is Atomic Cthulhu. So stick with us for that. Definitely go and follow these guys and check them out. And of course, tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern for monthly modules. But until next time, my friends, try not to roll too many nat ones because we want to be there laughing when you do. Good night, everyone. Bye.